Welcome back. No, this is a different video than that you're probably normally used to seeing. But we have stuff that is much needed to be done, stuff that we've kind of been procrastinating a little bit, and we've had quite a bit of stuff that we've harvested from the garden. And basically what I've been doing is putting it out in the produce stand, and then when it doesn't sell, or if it's out there for a couple days, we'll bring it in to the house and then we'll process it ourselves. So right now we have, and don't mind the kitchen, it's a mess. I'm doing record keeping and bookkeeping and everything. So everything's a mess. But we have a whole ton of green beans in here. I have them in their ice bath cooling down right now. Boiling another pot of water. We have all these green beans to do. And while we're at it, we have a whole big thing of peas to do. And these all came from the garden. So there's a ton more out there. We picked, I think, a 5-gallon bucket full of green beans yesterday, and that in return made about 16 quarts that we could put out to try and sell. And I'll update you guys on the produce stand as we go. So now our water is boiling here, so we'll dump these in. And basically the only thing that we're doing is blanching them. We're not actually fully cooking them or anything. Make sure they're all down in the water good. And you only want to let them in there for a couple minutes. But anyway, so we're doing multiple things. We're going to be blanching all the green beans. We'll blanch the peas, and then we'll let them dry, because if you don't and then you throw them right in the freezer, they'll turn into a big hard clump. We also have some black raspberries that are still in the freezer here that I froze a little while ago. So we have all these, and I got to throw them in the bag, and then that's it of what we had to harvest of that this year. And then we have some peas already that we started. So basically we're going to be doing that. We're going to be freezing the green beans. We have to get our mealworm set up back on par, I guess. That is a complete disaster. There's beetles in every single tray. If you missed the original video of me going over the mealworm setup, be sure to go back and check that out. It was one of the first videos I posted. It's back quite a ways. But we have to tend to that because they need food, they need separated, the worms need separated, the beetles need separated, the pupa needs separated. It's a mess. Total mess. And I know there's something else I'm missing somewhere, but there is some other stuff we got to do. This is the big priority right now. We need to probably do some Harvard beets. I'll probably cook some of them. There's so much stuff. And the other thing, we set some more eggs in the incubator, so we have to check those. I don't know if it's time to candle them yet. I haven't actually went and looked at them in a couple of days, so hopefully the incubator's still running and going strong. But I just got to double check that, make sure everything's good to go with that. And if we can candle, we will do that right away. Now it's pea time. Well, vegetable. I'm not peeing. These peas. Why don't I just do it the easier way? Forgot we had this. I always forget we have it. But it really wouldn't have worked that way in the first place anyhow, because I needed the pot 3 different times. But now I'm done with it. So what I do out here with these, we have, and there's probably, oh, that is terrible. So a lot of what I've been dealing with is, this is like wheat millings, and it is really bad, really badly infested with these dumb moths. They're like a grain moth, I guess, or a grain caterpillar. They are, this is why I moved it out here in the garage, because this is just so bad. But basically, there's, or wheat bran, whatever you want to call it, but basically there's like all these little caterpillars and whatnot, and they turn into little moths and they infest your home and whatever, blah blah blah. But anyway, you basically want to take a bunch of it and you want to just throw it in the oven. You know, you'll kill any of that stuff, and there's actual like grain mites in here that'll do the same thing. You know, that'll kind of take away from your mealworm colony. I should just get new wheat bran. This stuff's kind of junky at this point. I like to just thrash it around, get all that stuff stirred up. And then we'll do 2 pans of that and throw it in the oven. So I doubt the camera will pick this up very well. I've already dug out a couple of the little moth caterpillars. So, in fact, the camera won't focus. But there you can kind of see one crawling across. That's a little mite. And then I think right in there, in that vicinity, you can see the wiggling around. That's another caterpillar worm. So this is gonna have to go in the oven for a while. Hopefully it'll kill all them bugs, I don't know. In fact, there's another caterpillar crawling around. So they turn to moths and they just make everything a mess. So hopefully it kills all that stuff and all the mites and everything, because all they do is eat the mealworm food anyway, and then, you know, it's less for them. If this doesn't work, we may be hanging up the mealworm farm. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I hate to, but it is a lot of maintenance and a lot to take care of. And now we wait. A lot of things say I think about a half hour, but I usually give it about an hour, just because we have all that, those little caterpillars and mites and everything to deal with. So we're just gonna give it probably an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. And we have all of the green beans sitting out here, drying. And I don't remember if I said or not of why I put them out to dry, is because if you freeze them the way it is wet, it'll basically turn into just one hard giant ice clump. So I like to let them out to dry. You can probably freeze them however you want. That's just how I do it. So the peas look really good. We got 1 bag so far. I'm guessing we're gonna get probably 3 bags maybe. I do have a partial bag that I gotta wrap up as well. So right there's 1. We'll probably get another. We got 3 more areas of peas laying out, so probably 2 more bags, maybe 3. We have a partial in here that I have to add to. Three bags will do right now, plus we have 1 out in the garage freezer. So 4 bags total this year so far. Now we move on to the green beans. Three bags of peas, 7 bags of green beans. And this is basically just from 1 harvest. So if the 16 quarts that we have out there now do not sell, we're gonna have a lot more. Got these out of the oven for the wheat bran for the mealworms, letting that cool. And then we gotta fix all that stuff and sift through a disaster. Okay, so the next day, we let everything cool with the wheat bran. Now we can move on to fixing the bottom here. So this is just a piece of screen. And again, I'm not gonna go into huge detail with all this because basically I had a video of this whole setup before, so I'm not gonna go over that again. But all I gotta do is glue another piece in here because the beetles they chewed the screen, which is kind of crazy, but they did. So I gotta replace it. And basically the eggs fall down in there. If you want to learn more about it, check out the past video way back. One of the first videos I posted, and that'll help you out. I think it's how to feed your chickens for free, something like that. I'll put it right up here for you. You want to talk about tedious work. I know I have procrastinated this a very long time, but come on. You gotta pick the pupa out, and you gotta pick the beetles out, and then it leaves worms in here, and this stuff's like real clumpy, it won't sift through. Oh, I'm close to just throwing in the towel. I'm trying not to, but we got like 3 bins to go through yet. Well, I've decided I'm done for the night. I still have these 3 to do, and that bottom one should be the easiest, but we still gotta sort through all those, and I'm dreading it. So before the video is ended, I'm gonna candle these eggs and see how many chicks we can expect. Well, candled all 26 eggs. This is with a flashlight. And they're all full, so that's a plus. So hopefully we're on day 13, and the temperature's low right now, it's in Celsius, but day 13, they should hatch anywhere from day 19 to 21. Hopefully we get 100% hatch rate. It won't happen, I'm sure. It never really does, but last time we had like a 60 or 70% hatch rate. So if it works out great. But anyway, just getting some chicks is beneficial. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was all over the place, I know. And it was a little different, but we'll get back to being outside. We needed to take care of some of this inside stuff first. And it is all part of the homestead experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.